Alright guys, so welcome back to this channel again. Today we're actually going to be talking about the 5 minutes scalping strategy. The 5 minute scalping strategy. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Become a Profitable Trader Academy.
Alright, welcome back. So when we talk about the 5 minute scalping strategy, this is actually one of those quick strategy in which you could use to venture into the market and pack out funds. Are we together now? So with this particular strategy, you will or you would be able to do a lot making use of this particular strategy. So we're going to be looking at some couple of things in this strategy. The first thing we're going to be looking at is, first off, you have to identify the first 5 minute candle for the day. Very important. Now we're talking about that particular candlestick that brings about that forms the day, the very 5 minutes candlestick that forms the day. That's the first thing we're going to be looking at. Then once we're through with that, we'll locate the higher and the lower point of liquidity of that particular candlestick. So once we locate the um, higher and the lower point of liquidity, and also the weak rejection inclusive of that particular candlestick, then that will now serve as a reference for us to continue with our next move. Are we together now? Now the next thing we're going to now do is that we're going to move over to a 1 minute, candle from the 5 minute time frame. We're moving to a 1 minute candle, and once we do that, we're going to wait for a breakout section. Yes, for those of us who don't understand what a breakout section is, I made a video on that, so you could check or go through this particular channel and you'll see that video, and it is actually going to help you. I really did simplified the whole concept of breakout section. So for that, you need to go through that video, so it will help you if you don't understand much about breakout section. So we're going to be waiting for a breakout section and then a retest. Now once we wait for a breakout section and that particular section price actions happens to retest that same point of higher and lower liquidity of the 5 minute candle that we indicated, then we would now move to the next um you know point of action, which is we get our confirmation using candlesticks pattern. Now I also did a video on candlesticks pattern. I'm not going to be doing all of that in this video because of the you know how because of the limited time we have for this video. So if you want to learn more about candlestick patterns, I made a video on that. You can check through this channel. You would also see the video. Yes, very important. So it could also help you on how to identify candlesticks and patterns and all of that. So we're going to be identifying a candlestick pattern which is going to serve as our confirmation. After that, we're now going to position on the best opportunity for both bullish or bearish. So let's assume the breakout section and the retest is actually on the bearish side of the market. Then we can now go ahead and place our trade based on that confirmation. Now if it's actually on a bullish trend as well, we would also place our trade on that bullish trend. Are we together now? Then whilst we do that, of course we have to pay attention to our stop losses and um, take profit as well. So very important, and that would now bring about the use turn for us. So without further ado, let's get into the market and see what it's going to do for us. All right, I'm here in the market now. So let's take this up somewhere around here so it doesn't affect what it is we want to do. We're just going to take this a little bit lower. All right, with this pretty much we can see the market. All right, now if you watch, we're going to be making use of the first candle that printed itself on Friday. First candle that printed, first 5 minutes candle on Friday. As you can see now, this is the candle. So this is the candle. Like I said, I'm on 5 minutes time frame. So this is the candle now. So the next thing we're actually now going to do from here is that the next thing we're going to do from here is that we've identified it. The next thing to do is to locate the higher point and lower point of liquidity of this particular candle, inclusive with sorry, with the weak rejection inclusive. So I'm gonna use this in this to place my to get this done. So I can even extend it if I want to. It just depends on what I want. So but let's leave it some. I think this is fair, somewhere around here. It's pretty much beautiful. Let me zoom in so you could see clearly and understand what it is we are doing. So you can see this particular candlestick is now, let me indicate it so we understand what I mean here. This particular candlestick is what we are talking about, as you can see right there. So that's actually the first 5 minute candlestick for the day. We're talking about Friday 26th of December. So let's now go over to a 1 minute. All right, trend. So I'm going to resume this in while I locate where that point is that I've already marked out from my 5 minutes. All right, so we're going to be looking out for that point. Remember, Friday is the day we're talking about the first printout for Friday. The first printout for Friday, and here is it. You can see where it is now. I believe this is beautiful. So you can see where it is. So wow, what I'm just going to do is to take this to this point because we are sorting out for breakout, 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 and all of that. So this is it. So pretty much this is it. All right, now you can see that at this point there was a lot and lots of consolidation in the system. Now this is actually 1 minute, frame. So as you can see right here, there was a breakout here. If you watch, there was a breakout here. This is actually a breakout. This is actually a breakout. There was a breakout here. So let me do this real quick. So this was a breakout section. Yes, pretty much a breakout section. So we could say these are BOS, which was a breakout section. Very important for you to know. Now, if you watch, this breakout section was a false breakout section. We call it false breakout section. Why? Because it is not really breaking out evenly. It is giving us a false breakout. So on most of the times on a false breakout, there is a retest. Now, if you watch, this didn't really retest the level. It had to go back and continued. Are you seeing this now? That's why as you have to be very careful trading because the market most times can be deceptive to you. So in this case now you saw that it retested, but it didn't just it retested and continued consolidation down to this very point. So it was at this point that it now, the breakout now became an authentic breakout and a real breakout. Are we together now? So you could see at this point that it pulled out, it pulled out, it pulled out, it pulled out up to this section. Are we together now? And continued down here. And that was how the trend kept moving downward, downward, downward. And at some point it had to even do it had to, there was a change of character at this level. And at this there was a change of character here. Let me close this. So there was a change of character here. So if we bring it here, you see that there was a change of character at this point. So this change of character now brought about the reversal of this particular trend to the upward side, to the upward direction. So as you can see right here, that was how this trend went there. Are we together now? So from this particular 5 minutes of the day, this particular market or this particular currency pair is actually trickish. That's why you must be very careful. You don't place trade anyhow in the market. Yes, you don't just place trade anyhow in the market. So if assuming you want to place a trade at this point, what you were supposed to do was to wait for price to hit here. Are we together now? You wait for price to hit this point, and whilst price hit here, you can now go ahead and make do off your, because it's a downward trend at this point. So we place a short position here. So in our short position, we are not going to be having, we're going to be having our buy limit. We're going to be having our, sorry, our sell limit here. and our stop loss placed over there. And this is how it is going to be really quick. So if you're doing something like this is a very simple one. So as you do this, you find out that yes. All right. So as you do this, you find out that price comes this way, all the way down to this point. You see it trying to retest fully, but forming some form of consolidation. You now go ahead, you place your trade at this point, and boom, it keeps coming down, and this becomes, and it hits your TP, and this becomes the little way in which you could make that money in which so pretty much this is how you are able to maneuver through 5 minutes scalping strategy. With this, you can also pack fund out of the market. Now I need you to also back test. There are couples of different marketing which you could, or different currency pairing which you could try this out. So in which you could try this out. So you could go ahead and also try this out. Remember the parameters we used. You could copy them out, or watch this video again and again and again, so you are acquainted with all of the parameters that was used. Then also you can also try it on different currency pair, making use of the first 5 minute candle of the day. I believe this was actually helpful to you. If you're new to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so you would be notified whenever it is we drop a new video for educational purposes. Don't also forget to be part of our community if you so wish. All the necessary details are in the description below. Yes, do well to be part of our community, and that's going to be it. So I'm going to be seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.